Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Obi and Ojimadu on Relationships 101 Live. How are you all doing? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Anybody home?
Anybody home?
Right. As you come in, let me introduce today's topic. Today's topic is called Age Difference in Marriage and Relationships. A recipe for disaster? One might ask. We also like to hear what you will say. Age differences in marriages, in marriage and relationships, right? Well, as we see and as we know lately, a lot of sometimes celebrity marriages where you have one of the couples is far older than the other, sometimes 20, 30 years older. But throughout, in time, always, it happens. It's common. And today we'd like to even go through it and see what actually, how does the relationships, how do they fare? Such marriages, let me be precise. How do they fare? How do people handle such things? Some people say that they are bound for, disaster because these are two different people from two different worlds, age grades, age groups, and it's always difficult to handle things or come together to form a union. So, what do you think, Mary?
I think that it all depends.
Speak up. Okay.
It all depends on the questions that you ask yourself. Like we said before marriage, you have a lot of questions that you ask one another concerning this. If you have weighed your pros and cons and know that if you spend, let's say, for example, 20 years of your life with this person, even if he's 10 years older than you or 15 years older than you, that would be the best life that you ever have, then maybe it's worth it, okay? But I'm not saying that you should go and marry your kid, like there's something going on about, what do they call them?
Pedophiles.
Pedophiles, you know. I saw a picture on Facebook the other day that you have people marrying those the kids that they raped or something like that, or they married 11, 10-year-old kids. That's already, disgusting. But if it's a matured person, that the age difference is 10 or 15 years or even more, but if you value, what you're going to, what this relationship means for you at that particular time, maybe it's worth going for. But again, you have to think when you get older, this person that is 15 years older than you will be so old. How are you going to cope with that? So when you consider all these things, then you will know what you prefer. Is it to go for just the 20 years that you will live together happily? Or are you thinking about the future? So all these things matter.
That's right. Actually, I'll say that it can become a problem if the couple don't share the same core values about life. Just like, even if they are like from the same age group, even if they are age mates, or maybe the gap is just like a year or two, everything depends. Do they share the same core values about life? That is number one thing. Such relationships can work, such marriages can work, depending if the couple they come together, like we always say, if they have known themselves for a long time, if they have really studied each other, if they know what they want, what each other wants, then it is possible they can work it out. And there is need to sit down and talk about these things, because you have to talk about children, which is very, very important. Like in cases where, say, the lady is far older than the man. I mean, the guy might want children right now, today, and the lady maybe it's already like, oh, I can't because that would be risky for my life. Or the other way around, where the man is far older, the lady is younger, the lady still goes like, oh, I still want to enjoy life, or I'm not ready, I'm facing my career and this and that. And the man might be like, no, I want to marry, I want kids right now. I mean, there's need to sit down and discuss all these things. Only when the two have agreed that, okay, this is what we are going to face, this is what we are going to do, and we are going to stick there together, and move on and take everything as it comes. Then that way it might work. Okay?
Yeah, so it all depends on your perspective. So this time For example, you see short people getting married to tall people, and or the other way around, a short woman getting married to a tall woman, a tall man, or the other way around. So it all depends on what is in your heads. And just like my husband said, what are your core values? Because even if you're of the same age group, yeah, but you don't share the same values, you don't share the same views. No, you don't count view here, because you can still be of different views. Yeah, values, yeah. You know, that's what will make the difference, and not even the age that you share. And, you know, weighing everything that I said earlier, what will become of this man in 20 years' time? Will you still be proud to go out with this lady when she looks like your grandma? Will you still be proud and call this person my husband when he looks like your grandpa?
That's right.
So all these things is what matters. And as you are watching, please share this video so that others will know that we are on. Okay, share the video, please.
Okay, let me say welcome to Maya Yuandim. Jeriaje, wow, how are you? Maybe you are still in your honeymoon. Nick Yokoro, you're welcome. Paul Oriade, hello brother, blessings to you too. All right, and here let me just mention the kind of few things that the differences that might really cause problems, especially if the couple they don't really talk about all these things before. Let's say for example, the first thing is like hobbies. Hobbies, you know, it's normal that people from different age groups have different, you know, hobbies. Let's say the lady is in her maybe 20 and the man is like maybe 40, and you go like she still wants to enjoy life. Maybe she might be the type who want to go partying, hanging out with her girlfriends, and this man that's not his what he wants at that moment. You know, he wants, you know, something a more relaxed atmosphere or something, you know. Maybe the lady wants to go out every time, and the man wants to more or less sit at home and enjoy himself, you know, watch TV and things like that. That might cause problems. It might sound simple, but it is very, very serious, because you're going to be here for the rest of your life together. So your hobbies matter. It could be the other way around as well. Like the lady is like is young, maybe in her 20s. The guy is maybe above 40 and stuff. Now the man doesn't like how she dresses. She's 20. She want to dress, in quotes, sexy. Or she want to dress like any other young lady. And the man is already having like, oh, no, come on, you're my wife, and then that's it. You have to dress this, you have to dress that, don't dress this way and don't dress that way. It comes out like these are the kind of differences that might come. She's making up, she goes like, he's scared, he might be insecure that, she might start, younger men might be looking at her. And the other way around as well. You know, an elderly lady who marries a younger man will be scared, thinking that, oh wow, now he'll get tired of me and he'll be looking out for younger girls, and it happens. These are the kind of things that cause serious problems in such relationships because of that gap. These are people from, like I said, two different worlds, two different even values. In most cases, you know, the way they view life, you know. Their point of view about life are, you know, always in many cases very, very different. Another point is like when this young lady, if she's married to an elderly man, the young lady will go like, oh, she'll feel that she's being forced to grow up or to mature. In this case, to mature. Because the husband will go like, okay, don't do this, don't wear this, you stay at home, don't go out with your friends anymore, do this, don't do that. You know, only the man is looking at, you know, more mature things, you know, thinking in a more matured way, more experienced way. And now, it's not every lady might really handle that. And the other way around too. Not every man might be in a position to handle that. You go like, oh, you are being forced to, you know, to mature. But in a case where the older spouse understands and, you know, both of them in general can find a common, you know, that middle point where they can, you know, enjoy themselves and find common grounds. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, we all thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to share the video, invite your friends if that is possible.
That's right.
And we will also want to hear your own views on this topic.
That's right. Let me welcome, please, Elizabeth Ali. Sorry, Bamisha Victor. Who else do we have here? Justine Manuel. Wow. Stella Fehintola. You are welcome. Okay.
Yeah, so drop your comments. Tell us what you think on this. Is this something you can do? Do you think it's doable for you to marry, for example, somebody that is older than you? And what is the age limit to this? Okay. I heard that, that you can consider marrying the opposite sex if the person is half your age plus 7. Half your age plus 7 is the minimum one. But
that's the calculation, no? Wow, that's the arithmetic.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere. Okay. Half your age plus 7. But as they say that age is just a number, you might marry somebody that is half your age plus 7, and that person might even be more matured than somebody that is the same age with you. So sometimes maturity doesn't come with age. If somebody is trained from a younger age to to have some brain, to put his brains on, you understand? Because you still see some 40 years, I'm sorry to say these fools, a 40-year-old man or woman that doesn't even know that he's a man or he's a woman. So it depends on the person's upbringing, what he knows about life and who he's been listening to, Just like we all know, we know this statement, biomass, not biomass, you understand? So even if you just have your age plus 7, what does he have you upstairs? How ready he is to be in this relationship? That's what really matters, and not the age. That's my own view. But at the same time, even if you're so much in love now, he still looks fresh or she still looks fresh, consider what will be in 20 years' time when all the skin has, had all kinds of wrinkles, that she's so old or he's so old that people will be pointing at you. Is it not the grandma? Is it not the grandpa? So consider all those things before you go into this. Don't allow love to blind you, as they say, love is blind,
That's right.
But these days you have to open your eyes. Before love will mess up your life.
That's right. Let me say welcome. Oh, Michael Okuchuku, the Tupacs, you're welcome. Anojo, hello. Christy King. Sister Chinwananava, Prince Olutumishe, Israel. Hello, Chinelo, you're welcome. Chinelo is saying, even with the common ground, there is still a massive gap in ideologies. That's what I mentioned earlier. Yeah. A massive gap in ideologies. When one partner is more experienced and now views, like I said, they have two different, viewpoints here, So it causes problems. It's like two people talking in two different languages. Okay, so it is a problem. It is a problem. And like my darling mentioned earlier, when they start getting older, you see that the younger one will start looking at the older one as like, oh my God. Sometimes, let me put it that way. Yeah. And then you have this temptation of looking for a younger partner or a younger, person to go into a kind of relationship, with. And it has happened. Even we have all these celebrity marriages, a lot of them have gone into I don't want to mention names, but some have gotten that. They've been broken up because after maybe like 10 years or so, all of a sudden, wow, the young man, because he's, always out there, having a lot of attention from young girls. And then all of a sudden you see that you see him losing interest in the wife. It happens. Okay. Mike Tupac is saying maturity is not about age. It's about understanding and wisdom. It's not good for a man to marry an older woman, but it is good for a man to marry a younger woman. Excellent. I like that, because I was coming to that, because there's some statistics also that kind of support what you are saying. Sister Monique, you're welcome. Good afternoon. Well, you don't know when we come on. We have hectic, very squeezed program and scheduled lately. So today we decided, maybe in the past 2 hours, we decided to make this broadcast today.
Yeah, so we will be giving like an hour notice, 2 hours notice to you guys to know when we are coming on. Because as you see, I'm most of the time at a different location and my husband is at another location. So we don't really find ourselves together to do this, which we're supposed to be. So watch out for our notifications, that same day. So,
but we'll still try to keep it on Saturdays. Yeah. Even if I'm going to do it alone or she will do it alone, we'll try and give you notification, way ahead of time, maybe in the morning before we get to the evening, so that you can join us.
So
Okay.
if you don't see us, don't judge us too hard. You just
All right. Sister Chinelo is saying that what I have observed is that older partner in the marriage forgets that the younger bridges age and treats her like she should know better. Okay. 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 Yeah, the older person forgets the younger bride's age and treats her like she should know better. That's right, because if you have the older man, you start treating like basically the lady that, oh, you should know this, because he's on a different level altogether, like a different ideology. And he will be worried and, like even, even angry sometimes that how come you don't know this? How come you should know? But that is like comparing her now to you. But you are now on a different level altogether. That is right. Okay. Pastor Louis, you're welcome. Sister Bola Luro, you are welcome. Mike and Freeze, you're welcome. You're welcome. Michael is saying, Obino, that's why I like you. That's why I like you too. I like the fact that you say it the way you believe. I mean, you don't mince words. Even if we don't agree, but at least we know that we always speak our minds and we always have things to back up whatever we're saying. I like that. Okay, Monica. Yes, Sister Monica will be informing you about that. And going back to what Brother Mike said, it's okay for younger men to marry to older men to marry younger women. And I've gone through, I made a research and I saw it that many researchers say that when the older men that marry younger women live longer, they live longer on average than when they marry even maybe older people or their age. Yes, they do. And women also who marry older partners, they don't live long. I mean, they die earlier or they get stressed up, and such marriages are bound to
older women that marry younger ones.
That marry younger men. Older women that marry younger men.
They die faster.
Such marriages, I mean, they get so stressed, they get depression in their marriages, and those such marriages even don't last, based on statistics again. And there was one that was done somewhere in Denmark, and they said it that after, it's like after making what do you call it? A poll of men, a survey of men over 50 years, they found out that actually those ones who married younger ladies, they live younger and they are happier.
Of course, my young blood.
Yeah. So the thing is now, people ask, what is that gap, the maximum gap that is accepted or that should be okay? What I would say is, I would not want to give you a one-off answer, frankly. Because, you have people who might be 20, you have two people who are 20, but I mean, one of them upstairs is like, way above 30 and things like that. The thing is, it's good to make sure that you are from the same school of thoughts. You share the same core values. That's why it's necessary to, to discuss, to know your partner before you go into that marriage. So that things will not take you by surprise. So, I see that, it's generally accepted that maybe 5 years, the man should be older like by 5 years. It's something like, I don't know. That's what they say. I mean, that's what in practical lately. Let's see. Bola Luro is saying that marriage is another university of its own. Oh, yes, it is. That's what it is.
You never graduate from.
That's right. But the thing is that you try to prepare yourself before you get into that marriage. That is it then. Yeah. Sometimes people say you learn and you grow in marriage, yes, but there are things that you have to be aware of before you get into that marriage. Be aware of the problems that would come and be ready to solve them. It's not like you know everything and you have all the solutions. No, you be ready and know that while in marriage, that these problems are going to come up, and you as a couple should be ready to face them.
Yeah, that is why you should ask and ask and ask questions before you go in there, so that you will know whether you will be able to handle those things that might come up later in life. Okay?
That's right.
Because when you're already in, of course, it's not better for you to go in and be in love or get married to somebody, then later, you start breaking up because you refused to do some research and search the person.
That's right.
And that is why we have compiled the book. It's coming up soon. I believe before the end of this month.
That's right.
Yeah, we will keep you updated on 500 plus questions why that you must ask before marriage.
That's right. Say hi to, beautiful Mike. Yeah, beautiful Mike. Mike, you're welcome. Hello, brother Paul Emesheta. Yeah, I see you. How are you doing? My daughter, if for my favor. Hello, sweetie, how are you? Wow, okay. Brother Mike is saying something here. Men love beauty, and they want their women to look fab all the time, and it makes them happier so much. Maybe that's what makes them live longer.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear that. Sister Chinelo is saying that if you find yourself in such circumstances and can't find a common ground, and the children suffer as a result of different views, what should one do? This is another classical question that we've been talking about. It's not just this question, even generally, when you have issues in your marriage and it's like no way out, that is why, first of all, we say you go for counseling. It is very, very important. You go for counseling. That's why you should have mentors. You should have people who counsel you. You have to go. Because when you're before you go into marriage, you said for better, for worse. That's why you should understand the meaning of that sentence before you even go into it. That's why you have to do your groundwork, your homework well before you go into it. So you don't get in there, oh, it's not working out, then you think you're going to pack your bag and just live like that. No, it doesn't work like that. So that's why, first of all, like I'm saying, get mentors. People should mentor your marriage, and these should be people who have influence on you both. It must not be one person. It could be two groups. It could be two different couples. It could be a mentor, your pastor, even your parents. Your parents, if they are not part of the problem anyway.
Yes, and there must be people that you are very sure are thriving in their own marriage.
That's
not
right.
just because they're just managing their marriage.
That's
the
right.
woman is suffering or the man is suffering, but nobody is talking. There must be people that know the know-how of marriage.
That's right.
Because we make a mistake in the Christendom when we say, okay, my pastor must be my mentor in this. If he doesn't have a cool marriage, he might not give you the advice that you need.
That's right.
So you must make sure that whoever you choose as your mentor must be somebody that live what he's going to tell you.
That's
okay?
right. The person, their relationship is going to be an example.
Yes, you will
for
see
you.
it, you know.
That's
not
right.
not a relationship on the stage, because we know how to do stage show, but you know without any doubt that this couple, that their marriage is sweet, okay, just like ours is. So you must make sure of that, and not just because these people are elderly, just because I found myself in this church or I find myself in this society and I'll start, making those people my mentor. No, it doesn't work like that.
That's right. Children should not suffer in a relationship.
Yeah.
They should not suffer. So when you have issues, when you don't find common ground, that's why you have to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
Talk between yourself, between the two of you. Talk,
Yeah.
and then take the case outside if necessary to your mentors, people who could, who have influence in your life. So you should work on it. You don't just back up and leave. You should work on it. Okay. What do we have here? Prince Israel is saying age has nothing to do in marriage. It all depends on their level of maturity. God, the owner of the institution, will help us. Well, I agree and I don't agree. I agree with the fact that age has nothing to do in marriage. But again, it's not absolute, because age, in most cases, your age also determines your level of intellect, determines your view, your view generally, your core values. It does. A greater number, a greater value. It does. So you have marriages where you have a 30-year-old man marrying an 80-year-old woman. What do you call that? There is something absolutely wrong. Sometimes in those cases, it's like maybe for their fortune. It's like, they call them, these are gold diggers. And the other way around, 80-year-old men marrying 20-year-old ladies, they want to feel young and stuff. And the girl goes in there, she knows what she's waiting for. So age matters. We cannot put it absolute that it has nothing to do. It really matters. And second, he said that God, the owner of the institution, will help us. God will always help us. He will always give us the insight. But then you have to work it.
To do the working.
God will not do the working for you.
Right.
You have to do the working in your marriage. You have to work at your marriage.
Yeah.
It's point blank. It's as simple as that, okay?
You don't leave your marriage for God, okay?
No, in the sense that, not that you don't leave it, you put God in the center. We always say, at the beginning of this series, we said, make Christ the rock on which your marriage is built. Yeah. But then you now do the working. As simple as that.
Exactly.
Work it out. Our daughter Ifoma is saying age has nothing to do with marriage. All that matters is the maturity of the heart. Well, yeah, like I said, you might have two 20-year-olds. One is like has the experience of a 40-year-old. Yeah, age is a number, but then you also know what is tagged to that age, the experience tagged to that age, the values, the knowledge, the wisdom, self-development that is tagged to that age.
Yeah, please share this video as you are watching. I believe it will help some people. So please click your share buttons.
All right. Sister Monica is saying that it's better when younger women get married to older men than older ladies getting married to younger men. Anyway, the best marriage is when people in the same age range get married because you grow together and happier together, in my own opinion. Thanks, guys. Well, yeah, why not? Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. When you're talking about age group, it could be maybe plus minus 3 years thereabout. Yeah, I say maximum of 5 years. Maximum. It's always better when the man is a little bit older.
I would say 10, maximum of 10.
Not in all cases. It has to be. Well. Yeah. Sister Bola is saying preparing for marriage and preparing for wedding. Most ladies mix this up, forgetting they are two different things. That is right. Especially the ladies. I'm happy you as a lady, sister, you are saying this. Women think only, in most cases, many women think only about that wedding day. They're thinking about their wedding gowns, their bridal shower, the honeymoon and stuff. And in some cases, they spend all the fortune on it. Then after the wedding brouhaha is over, everybody has gone, the scales will come out, and then you start facing each other, not facing the marriage.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes people get disappointed. Before you know it, in a couple of months, they start you'll be wondering, who? These are the people that just got married like a few months ago. So, ladies, look beyond the wedding day. The wedding day is like a flash in the pot, I call it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. After that flash in the pot, you have to cook the food.
Yeah.
You have to bring all the ingredients together to cook that beautiful food. The two of you, you have to work it out together. These are two different things. The wedding day and marriage itself are two different things. Welcome, John George. Oh, you're welcome. Brother Paul. Oh, thank you so much. You're really proud of what we are doing. We're proud of what you are doing too also. Keep it up. Ifoma is saying, let me learn more from you both here before I go into marriage. Because not how it sounds in the ears is what it looks like when finally in it. God bless you both for me. And then, well, you are here, so you have all the opportunity to learn.
Yeah, that is why you must get the knowledge. You must get the knowledge. You must ask those questions.
That's right.
Okay? To know, because it's personal, it's a peculiar thing, you understand? So when you find that man, ask him specific questions to know who he really is, and know, you might not get the answers to the questions, or you might not be satisfied with the questions, but that will give you a clue that this might come up, so that you know how to handle it, to prepare yourself beforehand if you make up your mind to go into marriage with this person.
That's right.
Welcome. So ask questions and ask questions.
Francis Anosike, you're welcome. Apostle Heidi Peter, you're welcome. Sunshine D, you're welcome. Wow, good to see you. Ifoma is saying 24 years as a lady getting married to 30-year-old guy. Sir and ma, please, how good is that? I think it's within that range. The important thing is that the two of them are matured enough already, understand what they are going into, and they share the same core values. It's close enough. I mean, personally, I believe it's all right. Elizabeth Ali is okay, referring to Mike, who says, smart men, fresh blood. Naked Corey is saying that Adam was made before Eve. I believe there's a reason why God made it so. See that angle? So
that is why.
Wow, Sister Nikki, thank you for that. So that underlines it that Adam, of course, older. And of course, he was older, and he came in and he prepared the ground, before Eve came. And that means, like I always say, the man should be that foundation. That is why God sent the man forward first. He walked, he prepared, he got ready before the man. Like the Bible said that God saw that the man was alone. Yeah, that means he has been walking. I mean, the age, there's a good age difference there if you look at it that way.
Yeah, at the same time, this doesn't cancel the fact that you might find some older women, slightly older, getting married to younger men.
Yeah.
Because we know such marriages that even the young man is just something divine. You
Yeah.
understand? You have such marriages, but
That's
there are
right.
few. There are few.
That's right.
Okay?
It's not a norm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Former is saying, Mom, I love the way you put your head on your hubby's shoulder. Very sweet. That's right. When you're the foundation of God, that's when. Why do you think that? Why do you think that women like holding the hands of their husbands and leaning on him and things like that? It's something psychological, because the woman wants to feel that she is leaning on a rock, on a foundation. And like I said earlier, that was why God sent Adam first, to be the foundation of the home and of the society. That's right. Prince is already saying, I'm impressed. Christ is free in our home in Jesus' name. Amen. In Jesus' name, we have to walk it. We have to walk it. How about if the man is younger? It's all right.
That's
like
what
we
we
mentioned,
just
we just said that. Yeah, the man could be younger, but again, it's also risky. Let's say the man is 20 and the lady is 40. What happens in 20 years? That means the lady is 40 and the man is already at 60, you know?
Yeah, that means that woman has to work extra hard. Number
That's
one,
right.
to be in shape. Number two, to make the face keep looking younger so that the man doesn't get scared at night.
Yeah, but anyway,
Suddenly,
if it's true
there's
love,
a lot
you
of
know,
things to
true
it.
love, okay, of course, it's not going to be about the outward beauty, but we are talking when we're considering the temptation around. If the man
Yeah.
is 40, the lady is 60, you see that the man will still be attracted to 30-year-old ladies.
Yeah.
And when he looks at the 30-year-old lady and looks at the 60-year-old in the house, you know, temptation comes in. And
temptation will be more,
yeah, yeah.
will be higher.
Okay, Apostle Heidi, great wisdom. Thank you too, sir. Thank you too, sir. So
Please share the video.
Share this link, share the link, share the video, please. Help somebody out there today, okay? Like, well, we have to round it up anyway. The bottom line is, age, yeah, plays a role, but answering the question or the topic, it's not really a recipe for disaster, but it's a warning. It's a warning sign. You need to work hard. It tells you that you need to work extra. There are extra things that you need to talk about. There are extra things you need to sit down and decide before you go into it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because marriage itself, even without age difference, is a great work that
Yeah.
you have to work, that you have to get prepared for.
That's
But
right.
now, if there is an age difference, like my dad
Extra.
said, you have extra work to do. So if you know that you are ready for that, then you go for it. But also consider, as we said earlier, what will be in 20, 30 years old when this person will start looking different, when the body will start, taking over, by weakness and sickness or whatever. What will be your reaction? So consider all those things, ask those questions, give it deep thoughts before you venture into marrying somebody decades younger
That's
than
right.
you or
So
older than you.
we're not giving
so-
you a recipe that you must not do that. But
Yeah.
before, if you're planning to do that, then be ready. Be ready for the trials and the issues and the problems that that will come into that. It's as simple as that. Okay. All right. I think that's it. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Let's see. Did anybody make any other comments? Okay. Welcome, Brother Linus. Hello. I'm still warming up for
Linus.
Sumi. Williams Alatunde, you're welcome. Okay. Ifeoma is saying, I think everything that makes a marriage evergreen comes from both.
Exactly.
Understanding the inner maturity is the right key.
Yeah.
Thanks for this great time, Lemon. That's right. You put it very right. Okay. God hates divorce. God
Yeah.
hates divorce. Yes. God hates divorce. He created man and woman that they should be together. Marriage is supposed to be together. I mean, forever.
Yeah.
The couple's supposed to stay forever. That's right.
But divorce come in because we are so selfish. We don't want to stoop down sometimes.
That's right.
I'm this, and marriage is, falling apart, and you are playing the head or not the tail or whatever.
That's right.
Both of you have to work it. If you don't want divorce, both of you should work it and respect each other, love each other. Feed the man with the ego that is his food, and feed your wife with the love that is her food.
That's right.
And you will see. Talking about love and ego is another case to be studied, because some people don't know what love is called when it comes to marriage. There's a lot to it for a woman. So
Okay, Linus, you came late, but share the video and watch it over again. Welcome, Mary Magure. Okay, Prince Israel is he's saying that why? How come God, hates divorce? God is a God of order. God does not do anything or create anything having the mind is going to be destroyed. That is not his wish. And God created the institute of marriage for it to last forever. So he doesn't want is perfect. He doesn't want his creation and the thing that he has brought together to stand apart later. So he hates it. And because of our selfish interest, that was why Christ told the Pharisees then, it's because of your hearts.
Yeah.
Your evil hearts that God gave the law that divorce your wife only on the grounds of adultery, and then give her a certificate to that effect. Only because of your evil hearts. Because you will say you're watching, okay, thinking, I have to divorce her because of your selfish interest.
Yeah.
Okay?
So coming to it is not even just because of the what they call it, adultery or sexual impurity now, but because of your heart. That is the root of every evil that is in the marriage.
That's right.
Our hearts and our inability to be humble,
That's right.
Yeah.
Sister Monica is saying that most African men can't even hold their wives outside, not to talk of allowing her wives to lean on them, especially the men that have not really traveled outside their villages. Well, yeah, you see, you have these, it's more of a societal thing, it's not common. People look at it, whoa, what's going on? And in some religions as well, in some societies, it's not even allowed that. It's not even allowed. A man should not hold his wife in public. They don't allow showing affection in public. You do that at home. Yeah, in some religious faiths, they don't allow that. And in some societies as well. But there is nothing wrong with that. It is your wife. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. Do that. Show affection. Okay, Prince Oscar, you are welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So why God hates divorce and not a divorcee? God hates the divorce and not a divorcee. But
because
then
he hates the sin and not the sinner.
That's the thing. He hates the sin and not the sinner.
Yeah.
And if you have divorced based on the rules and the laws that God has given, then why should God hate you? But again, search your heart. The person should search his heart why he is going for that divorce. Okay, is it for selfish interest, just to divorce and go to the next lady because a lady or another guy has been around the corner? Of course, that is wrong. It's already a big sin, and God doesn't like sin. Okay, I want to keep saying anyway, thank you so much for this teaching. God bless you. God bless you too, sister. God bless you too. Who else? Okay, Mary, you are late, but okay. Share the video and carry on. Prince Oscar, you're welcome. I'll be calling you soon. We'll have something to talk about. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Okay, Williams Alatunde. Okay, blessings. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Elizabeth's question.
Elizabeth,
okay,
yeah, we've answered that. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, I have one small thing to say, last thing to say, that, we are talking about a woman leaning on the man or whatever. These are the little things that make a woman to be alive when you showcase her in the public. But unfortunately, it's not in our culture, or the society has made us to be rigid concerning these things. But when you showcase, for example, there's an example that if you bring a bouquet of rose to a woman when she's standing with other tens of women, it is more acceptable to her. It gives her so much joy than just giving it to her in your bedroom, just two of you. You understand? Right. So these are the little things that make the growth hormone of the lady, to make her to look younger, to make her to feel safe, to make her to feel everything. But unfortunately also, there are people that showcase love outside, but inside the house they are killing the wife. So,
all right, so Brother Yola, you're welcome. Sister Chinwe is saying that they're not allowed to, they're not allowed showing affection outside because their side chick will catch them. Well, if that is the case, actually, that is if that is the case. That is right. Okay, Donye, you're late. Okay, share the video and watch it later. Okay, Prince Israel is asking, is it good, man of God, being involved in arranged marriage in such a way brother and sister are being arranged for each other in the same church? Now let's take it now to the other side. As pastors, we don't support that. We don't support arranged marriages. It has to be decision made by two grown-ups to come together. They should not be forced.
Yeah.
They should not be threatened into it. It should not happen when they are like 3-year-olds, betrothed, and things like that. No. It should not be arranged. But if a pastor plays a role as per when the guy comes in and said, okay, I like this lady, we have spoken, we are thinking of being together in the future, We want you to pray for us. We want you to, counsel us and things like that. Perfect. The pastor is he's a shepherd.
Yeah.
He is a shepherd. He becomes a mentor. He's not the one that has to fix somebody. He's not a marriage what do they call it? He doesn't have a marriage agency and things like that. Yeah. It is not. As a man, as a human, he might say, brother Anthony, you're not married for God's sake. Look, there is this sister here, we know, I mean, at least she's here in the church, she's serving well, she's well, why, it's look as a form of advice, or it's okay, nothing wrong with that, but you cannot
forcing them.
You cannot force anybody, you cannot arrange marriage. No. Okay, and if I might say that's true, little things like holding your wife in the public, kissing her in the public makes the affection greater. Nice words. Thank you. Okay, everybody, I think we'll have to end it here. Thank you so much for joining. If you are in such a marriage already, make the best out of it.
Right.
Make the best out of it. We're not condemning it. No, make the best out of it. But there are no guarantees you will feel you will have happiness with another person who is younger. It could be for lust. You go in there and you understand that no, that's not what it should be. If you are in one already, good. If you are planning, think. Make sure you answer all the questions involved before you go into it.
Yeah. Okay?
All right. So, thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Okay. If you're not married and you're planning to, you have a lot to talk about. You have a lot to think also. God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.